Welcome to episode 38 of Fort Fritz. I am your host, Fritz, joined as always by co-host Mandaddy.
Hi.
Nick Spry.
Hey.
And Kaz.
How are y'all doing?
Now, we are going to try to scare you and come up with, funny stories that we can maybe interweave into this episode, because I don't know what I'm going to be talking about. I got to be honest with you. I literally did no pre-show prep. I'm sorry.
You're just coming to this one blind?
Yep.
Exciting.
So, you guys, how was your weekend?
Not bad. Relaxing.
Okay, good.
Uneventful.
Let's work off this, guys. Wait, is the talkback button not working?
What are you doing?
Why are you messing with things?
We're sitting on the porch, and you've got like a cardboard box set up. What are you doing?
Nick, can you hear me right now?
Yeah. Yes.
It's gone off the rail.
Okay, so all of you guys can hear me.
Yeah, that's how ears
Yeah.
All right, thief.
No, that's cool. Okay, I got something else I can do.
Who is he talking
Do you have
to?
sound effects?
No, I don't. God damn it. No, I don't have my laptop set up. But I can play this. I've got some voicemails that people have left us.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, okay.
At 570-478-3789, or another way to remember that is 570-4RT-FRTZ. So without further ado, let's listen to some voicemails.
Hey, just enjoying the show. Just found out about it. I'm up to number 3 so far. Trying to go in order. Have a good time. Bye.
Oh, well, that's great.
That's perfect. That's I'm hanging out. I'm digging what you're doing. Wanted to say what's up. Going to get back to it.
Yeah.
Good on you, buddy.
Well, let's go ahead and listen to the second voicemail.
All right.
Okay.
Here we go.
Hello, Fritzies! It's Dinkers, known in
Dinkers.
the chat room. News
junkie?
shout out. But, dude, I just started listening to your podcast. I started listening from Gravy Water. It is pretty much the most amazing thing I have ever heard in my life. Keep it up. Keep the shows coming. I love every bit of it, and hope you actually will spend a night in that house. Also, I hope you can fucking cuss on here, because if not, I just messed that up. Have a good night!
Oh, you too, Dinkers.
He wasn't done.
Dinkers
is never done. But if we ever stay a night in the house, then we're done. We can never stay a night in this house. There's no way we're ever staying a night in this house. We're just going to hang out and party.
I think
that's true.
My favorite thing about this is that they're all on like an old school cassette tape, like in a boombox, and he's just playing them for us. This is pretty interesting. Like,
good format.
You just recorded these down to cassette? Did you do that?
Made us a mix
Knock them
tape.
down, as they say, and knock it down.
That's exactly what I did. However, I just got a voicemail notification.
Mm-hmm.
The phone didn't ring.
Yeah, no, I didn't hear anything.
So it's odd because it's dated January 1st, 1970.
What?
Which seems like it could be an
That's
error.
why it's on cassettes, maybe. That's why he's got cassettes.
So let's go ahead and listen to this one. Today is Friday, 1st of October, 1982. It pains me to have to do the unthinkable thing I'm about to do, to write a letter of solace and mourning to the guardians of this young man, an event certainly most avoidable and yet entirely my fault. Over the summer, a young man who went by the name of Joseph Norfin appeared at the fort to volunteer around the premises in order to fulfill court-ordered community service hours. As I am a notary of this great state, it was a most welcomed occasion to have him at my leisure. At once, he cleared cobwebs, managed my estate in my absence, and over the course of the following months, I dare say a strong friendship enveloped, even after the courts were long satiated with his work ethic. Things took a terribly dark turn last night. As young Joseph left the boathouse on Restrepum Bay after successfully labeling specimens of mine, he stumbled on wet rocks and plunged into the muddy waters. Illuminated only by moonlight, I cried out in terror as that ungodly creature, that beast, tentacle by tentacle, claimed him as her own. As its hectocotylus injected lethal toxin, no sound was made, save for the bleeding death bellows of Joseph's own. But the sick, acrid smell of death permeating the air allowed me to staple a name to the sea monster. Fauligangst. By beating away at the eyes, Joseph was able to free himself, but after taking a step forward, soon lost all faculties and remained lifeless in my arms. Though fully conscious, we were able to feebly communicate through blinks and eye rolls. Joseph had no control of his limbs. He soon stopped breathing. His heart, thereafter, stopped, and I lost him. I, Felix Fritz, hereby prohibit all future activities from occurring at or near Restrepum Bay. God forgive me of my transgressions, and may God have mercy on the lost soul of young Joseph Norfin.
Whoa. That's kind of messed up. That Felix guy, man. That Felix guy's always got a lot of secrets.
That was a different tone than the other one.
Yeah.
Right,
I noticed that.
Maybe he's abusing helium? I don't know.
Maybe. It sounds like he might have an
He
issue.
just sounded like a young, focused man.
I heard that huffing that stuff can really, like, fuck you up.
Oh, yeah. They're called lifters. Yeah, you going to get lifted? And they get high.
This computer file that I'm looking at says January 1st, 1970.
How is that possible?
He didn't say 1970.
Right, he said 82.
Did he really?
Yeah, he said 82. A fine year it was.
1982.
Yep.
That seemed like seemed very manic. Seemed like he was stricken with something.
Grief or
fear.
Yeah, I mean, this
dread.
That was real.
Yeah, there's something honest in his voice.
Have any of you guys ever heard of that? What was his name? Joseph
Fauligangst?
I mean, obviously we've never heard of the Fauligangst.
Fauligangst. Yeah, how is that that's not like an English word, right?
No.
Fauligangst?
No, there's no way.
Fauligangst?
Nick Spry, come on, what are you out with it? I see you scratching your head over there.
Yeah,
digging into the old.
It sounds familiar. I'm just trying to go through my old.
This guy knows his words.
High school German teacher.
Okay, he's bringing a dictionary out of his pants now.
He was Bavarian.
He's getting tight in the lederhosens over there.
Go. Okay. This is sort of a translation for putrid fear.
Ugh. Putrid fear.
Well, he did say he smelled something like
rotting, decaying, sort of Fauligangst.
There's a monster in the bay.
Is that Italian? What is that?
That's
German.
definitely German.
That's extremely German.
Gotcha.
Deutsche. Deutschland. Fauligangst.
Even their happy words sound scary.
Right. So that's a creature that might be in the bay.
That's terrifying.
And purely from a scientific standpoint, don't you think maybe we should check this out?
Oh, for sure.
Totally.
Yeah, let's just
be crazy.
From a scientific standpoint, absolutely.
Yeah, strictly science.
Although he did say he prohibits any additional work at the bay. He's no longer here. So
it's putrid fear. So it's fear so bad you can smell it.
I feel like anything from that bay is going to smell a little weird, but then also for it to be like a murderous tentacled monster,
right.
I don't know. I feel like we should probably have some type of like, if we're going to go out there, we should have some type of military grade equipment, or at least some type of training or something like that.
Yeah, of course.
You know this place has the gear. This place is definitely going to have the gear.
Why would we need to do any kind of military training, though?
This is clearly a dangerous animal or
tentacled beast
thing.
Tentacled beast
that has, if not a thirst for human blood, a
taste for it. Yeah. Once you get a taste, you're on the board. You're on board. Trust me.
In my family, military training is just basically like I have a bottle of whiskey. So
okay, well, so I have.
So I'm like a general over here by now.
Right,
okay.
like 4 stars at least. Easily. I'm saying, yeah.
I have a small amount of military survivalist training, and that is actually absolutely correct. If you do drink a half bottle of whiskey, you become well more endowed in the military arts.
Liquid courage. All
right, so everyone take a swig.
You guys need to train. You guys need to train is what I'm saying.
We don't have a submarine. We're going to need a submarine.
Okay. Kaz just passed the bottle to Nick Spry.
We're going to need a submarine, guys.
I don't know that we have a submarine, but I have a boat. And also...
Can we put a cover on the boat and then...
I've got 2 aqua lungs in the boat, so we could do some diving if you want to. That's up to you.
I think we might need to get that stuff set up. This is reminding me heavily of, you guys ever hear of the U-28 creature?
No.
So the U-28 creature is actually named so because of the submarine which documented its presence in World War I.
In World War I?
World War I.
Okay.
So
very basic ass submarines.
Correct. This was the first war to include what is being known as unrestricted submarine warfare. Basically, they didn't have war conventions to classify what submarines could do to shipping lines, trade lines, and things like that. So this was high tech shit.
The first submarine, though, was in the Civil War, right? The Merrimack and the Monitor.
It was.
Oh, yeah. But can you imagine that shit?
It was perfected, yeah.
Basically, it's just all it is a bunch of people in a boat, and they go, okay, everybody go, and they just go under for like as quick as they can. That was basically the first submarine. It's just a bunch of people holding their breath and praying.
And it worked.
And just like in Confederate uniforms, like muskets and shit.
You see the
drunk as shit.
Let's do it.
Oh,
go,
God.
Jeb!
Being in a Civil War submarine must have been like one of the most horrifying things that you can possibly.
Some guy with an oar going, "Geez, I hope the South will rise again."
This here submarine,
because we're underwater. Get it?
For my own sake.
this particular submarine was piloted by a member of the German Empire's army. The man's name was Captain Lieutenant Freer George Gunther von Forster.
That's a weird
That's a hell of a name, man.
That's a way weird name.
That guy's awesome.
Captain Lieutenant von Forster is a seasoned member of this military. The man has piloted many missions on this craft, and that particular submarine, there was an actual figure. They were responsible for something like 40 ship wrecks or sinkings, which included warships from the opposing military, and also trading, like I was saying, trading ships and just galleys and things like that. They were capturing boats, they were sinking them and taking their stuff. It was very piratey.
Right.
So on one such mission, they encountered the SS Iberian, which was a British merchant steamer headed from Manchester to Boston.
Named after a peninsula that encapsulates Spain and Portugal. Yes, well, very much. You know, we own pretty much anything we can see.
Ta-ta-ta.
Ta-ta.
Just the peninsula.
So this was July 31st, 1915. The U-28 spotted and torpedoed and subsequently sank the SS Iberian, roughly 9 miles southwest of Fastnet, Ireland, resulting in the death of 7 people. The Iberian sank stern first, which was the stern?
That's front.
Wrong.
Yeah.
No, what, really?
The bow?
That was the back.
The back?
Yeah.
The stern is the back.
Yeah. Bow.
So you only had 2 options there. Bow is the front.
Okay.
The bow was sticking straight up into the air, and the stern went down.
Oh.
And this was a military submarine that the U-28 sank?
The U-28 was the military submarine that sank a British steamliner trading goods
Iberian.
from Manchester to Boston.
Right. Gotcha.
The testimony or the report from Captain Lieutenant von Forster, indicates that he saw something that was unnatural after the sinking of the SS Iberian. And I'll go ahead and quote the lieutenant captain. The wreckage remained beneath the water for approximately 25 seconds, at a depth that remains clearly impossible to assess, when suddenly there was a violent explosion which shot pieces of debris, among them a giant aquatic animal, out of the water to a height of about approximately 80 feet.
Ooh, that's up there.
Give or take, approximately.
At that moment, I had with me in the conning tower 6 of my officers of the watch, including chief engineer, the navigator, and the helmsman. Simultaneously, we all drew one another's attention to this wonder of the seas, which was writhing and struggling among the debris.
So all of these vetted seamen were watching something
correct.
that everyone was just kind of like nudging everyone else, going,
check it out.
Is there any... Can you imagine any more seasoned and experienced person on the seas than the first couple dudes that got to be in a submarine? They get to be under
like a
the water.
submarine.
Yeah, right, exactly. Not the drunken Confederate submarines.
Turned over canoe.
Carve out a log and hold her breath.
They do it like Pirates of the Caribbean style,
right?
Like just under the boat. So yeah, we were unable to identify the creature, but all of us agree that it resembled an aquatic crocodile, which is about 60 feet long, with 4 limbs resembling giant webbed feet, a long pointed tail, and a head which was also tapered to a point. Unfortunately, we were not able to take a photograph, for the animal sank out of sight after 10 or 15 seconds.
Yeah, that's more like a
crocodile.
No, what's the other word?
Caiman, right?
The other one. Yeah, caiman. Yeah, caiman.
Yeah, caiman.
So what?
tapir? Is it?
No, tapir is a little pig mammal.
Yeah. Pig rat.
How big are we talking?
60 feet.
60 feet.
60 feet long. And was clearly able to, either was ejected from the water or able to jump at heights of approximately 80 feet above the ocean surface. So, to sum this up, the German guys were at war. They see a ship. They shoot their torpedoes. They think we're going to get some loot. We're going to come up. They shoot the boat. The boat sinks. And then out of the explosion out of the wreckage of the boat springs a 60-foot crocodile. And
that's ridiculous.
I like Disney's Fantasia with like a hippo like dancing around and smashing shit.
So there were several, I guess, detractors from this report. People, when it came out, when Lieutenant Captain von Forster reported this, he did so under extreme personal
duress.
He didn't want to, because, and his own statement was that he felt like this was going to discredit him. He was a man of the military, and he was somebody who put together, credible reports as to what happened, and he was going to go back to his superiors and say, hey, yeah, so we shot 3 torpedoes at a boat, and then a goddamn giant crocodile jumped out of the ocean and ate up all the loot. Like, we got no more loot. I'm sorry. So there were several men who corroborated the story.
His commanding officer goes, all right, I buy it. I don't know why, but I buy it.
Get out of here, Von Forster, you scamp. Get back out there. To me, that sums up another situation where you have someone who has a lot to lose by saying this. And they do it anyway, and they're like, "Look, I am a staunch member of whatever the fuck the cause was for the Germans in World War I. It was probably they wanted to get the
assassination of Archduke Ferdinand.
That was Prince
Ferdinand.
That was the first.
There you go.
But yeah, no. Again, a submarine is not a cheap thing. A group of trained seamen is not a cheap thing. These come at a premium, and you're not allowed to just be like, hey, I'm going to take the submarine out for a spin and we'll figure it out. This is a vetted, thought out, careful report that was given by someone during a wartime situation where he said, I saw a sea monster.
No.
Well, I mean, people are also, they have a heightened sense of self-worth, maybe ego plays, but do you think this was something that was like a group hallucination, which has happened and has plagued religion? Do you think this is just one of those events where...
No, I think that it is possible. We've talked about, I think cryptids represent, just in the way that they tie back to like ancient legends, they represent something that could have existed, right? Dragons, right. Bigfoot, these things. We know that flying dinosaurs existed. We know that large, humanoid.
Yeah, truth is stranger than fiction. Always,
exactly. Yeah, I don't believe that these things are.
We have
hoaxes.
Underwater bioluminescent ghosts that swim under the ocean. Like jellyfish are freaking crazy. How does that exist?
It's an alien.
Yeah,
I saw Abyss. I know about that shit. I'll tell you guys later.
Oh, cool. I thought that was a documentary.
So what you're saying is that people who are way smarter and way more credentialed than us, have also... Oh, no.
We got them both in one!
A rare double.
Yes. Oh, no.
Got him.
So people who are way more credentialed and prolific, dare I say, than us...
For now.
Have all seen things together that can only be attributed to an actual sighting of something unexplainable like a cryptid.
Right, and I would put that into possibly something prehistoric that carried over, etc. Not necessarily a monster, but
Fauligangst.
Fauligangst.
You can't even pronounce Fauligangst.
Fauligangst.
Say it so casually.
Fauligangst. Do you guys have like a couple hours?
Always.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I don't do anything ever.
I feel like we got if there's a giant fucking thing down there, I want to see it.
Totally. Yeah, I kind of want to see it too.
You guys are down?
Yeah.
We should do this. Why wouldn't we?
Let's take just a quick break,
okay.
And then let's get one of you guys into an aqualung.
Oh, I love Jethro Tull.
And then let's maybe plunder the lake bed of Restrepum Bay.
Is it a bay or is it a lake?
It's a bay.
It's one of those rectangle square kind of things.
There's a pond.
There's tributaries that come out from the bay down to the pond, and then there's
lakes, and then there's the Infinity Lagoon.
There's the crick.
There's a crick.
Restrepum Crick is very popular among the kids.
And also Restrepum Fjord.
Yeah.
It's just funny how everything was named Restrepum blank.
Yeah.
Restrepum Boathouse and also Restrepum Trail. That goes to said fort to said bay.
It's just very unoriginal.
You're listening to Fort Fritz.
Howdy. Welcome back to Fort Fritz. We are right now about to get on this boat here. We've been having a lot of boat adventures, but now we got a boat, and we're going to go check out some, hopefully, a giant monster. I don't know why. Hopefully, a giant monster is a good thing.
Come on, let's get a photo or two.
There you go. All right.
Selfie with the demon. Awesome.
We are fully loaded. Gas tank is full. Let's get out there and find whatever the hell killed this young dude, apparently.
Fauligangst.
Let's just go on PF.
It's French now.
All right.
PF.
PF.
Putrid fear.
Putrid fear.
It's good.
PF. So, I see over here in the shed that has a very nice sign, actually. It says Restrepum Shed.
Everything. Restrepum everything.
Yeah.
It's like Acme or something.
It's a little bit heavy-handed.
A bit.
I think when you finally find your soulmate, and in this case it was a best friend, you name everything after that best friend.
Or I feel like Restrepum bought up everything, and he was just very insecure, and just had to be like, "Yo, this is Restrepum." It's very
Really
much
into branding. Really into branding.
Super like, you want to take a Restrepum canoe onto. What are you pulling out there?
Pulling out
Like,
of
I
there.
can't help
Fritz,
it.
be careful. You're
What is that?
gonna hurt yourself.
Yeah, check it out. Open it up. Here. Man, Daddy, get the other end. Here,
Okay.
check it out.
All right. And one and pull. Ooh. Oh.
What
the
hell is this stuff?
Whoa, that's old school.
That's a lot. That's like the
that's-
old school diving equipment.
it's
That's
like frogman shit. Look
yeah,
at
that's
this.
like the
Not
big
even.
bell
That's like
helmet, and that's
20,000 leagues under the sea type.
That's like the little guy that's in my aquarium next
Right,
to the
that guy.
like next to the treasure chest that
We
opens
are
up every
that
few
guy right
seconds.
now.
Thomas.
Good luck with this, man. No way.
What was that movie with Cuba Gooding Jr. and
Men of Honor.
Men of Honor.
Was that
Robert De Niro.
Robert De Niro, yes.
Points. That's a great movie.
Nice, well done.
Yeah, so it's like that. It's like the movie with Robert De Niro and the.
So I'm going to
Cuba.
be Robert De Niro down under the bay.
I get to be
Or the
Cuba
watermelon
Gooding
grows.
Jr. Dibs. I want to go down.
It does look like okay.
You guys can totally use that shit. I'm not getting anywhere near it.
All right, Man Daddy, hold up this one suit, and I
Okay.
will hold up
Yep.
the other one. Okay. All right, check it
Wow,
out.
these things are freaking heavy, man. This is not
geez.
Jesus.
That's bigger than me,
Yeah.
Yeah, everything is.
and that's shorter than you are.
Most things are.
Okay, so let's switch. Okay.
Here you go.
All right.
This is for you, Kaz.
Yep, thank you.
And
All right.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so you
They
guys
seem
get
to
those.
fit
No.
perfectly,
that's
Wow.
and I have a very
That's-
unique shape.
wait, turn around.
Right?
Damn,
Doing
look at
something
that.
for the ass, though.
Something's
Look at
going on back there.
What's going on?
Ooh,
How you doing?
Ooh, did it get just hot in here?
It's a little roomy in the crotch. I'm just gonna say, a little roomy.
Maybe had different expectations for you.
Okay, so you got just so I'm correct, you guys want to get into the water to hunt a cryptid that is a man-killing beast,
So what now?
right?
Hunt. I feel like hunt is like that's a laden term, right? Like hunt. We hunt for information.
Okay,
You want to
guys-
meet? You want to meet this?
We want to
meet the monster.
meet the mind of the
Casually observe, perhaps, right?
You guys want to scientist the hell out of the monster?
Right.
We'd like to
Yeah.
observe it.
Yeah.
Scientist,
I'm curious.
Bird that noun.
scientist,
We're gonna
Scientist.
scientist that monster.
scientist the
Dr.
We're
monster.
gonna
Spry?
science the
Yeah.
shit out of it.
Dr.
Dr.
Kaz.
Right. Okay. Well, I mean, if
Doctor.
this is okay, let's get into the lake. Let's get into
Do we have to
Restrepum
just
Lake.
walk? We walk in, or can we ride the boat in and then jump off, or how do you feel about this?
You have to do
know.
that fall off backwards thing, don't you? You have to be really cool and fall off
With the
backwards.
big
into it.
helmets?
That's
yeah,
fine.
Totally.
Get in the boat.
Right,
It's
just-
a little canoe, but we can ride out. That's fine.
All right.
If,
We're gonna-
if all we're doing is just dumping you guys into the bay, then that's fine, right?
I've
Right.
been wanting to do this for a year or so.
All right, come on, get it off.
Okay, one. All right, put it up. Put it. You're back into it, matey. Lays up the mission mast.
There you go. All
There
right.
we go.
That's got to be 15 feet
Yeah,
out, right?
see,
Yeah.
there's a different feel when you're out on the water, right?
I don't know what you mean, laddie.
Wow.
Holy
Even sounds different. Like his whole demeanor. Like everything's changed. All right, I'm gonna put on my helmet.
I switched to whiskey.
Tell me how I look when I put it on. All right, here we go.
Let's fetching. I think fetching is
You
how you
look like a giant nerd.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, sure. Well,
That's
you've
that,
got the. There's a mic in each. Kaz, go ahead and put yours
I'm
on
gonna.
too.
Okay, I'm gonna put. Hang on. Okay, I'm in it.
Yeah. Can you hear now?
Can you hear this?
Nick Spry, can you hear him?
Yeah. Can you hear who?
Can you hear Kaz? Kaz, talk.
Almost heaven,
Oh, that sounds
West
amazing.
Virginia.
Ooh.
I got nothing.
Nothing. Okay.
got nothing.
Hold on. Let me
Hey, Daddy,
Okay.
hit the button.
Okay. Here you go. Button
sorry.
and press it.
There you go. Try it again. Kaz, talk.
I hear you. I hear you
Can
and
you hear
Daddy,
me?
Fritz.
You're so lucky.
Kaz, can you talk?
It was the best of times. Thanks, Fry. Yeah. Can you hear me? Nope.
Okay. Can you hear each other? Can you hear each other?
Yes.
Okay, can you? Okay, there it is. That's all we need. It's all right. So they can hear each other. We can hear them. You can hear me. I can hear me. So let's get this boat. Let's take it out a little bit further into the lake. Let's get to where some of the deeper water is.
What happened to your pirate accent?
I mean, we're not moving right now. We're going really slowly. It's just like
It's
when
a
it starts
speed-based
picking
thing.
up.
It's a no wake zone, bro.
Yeah, come on,
You
man.
kidding me?
So,
Show respect
Are you
to the
fucking
manatees.
kidding me
Show
right now?
respect to the manatees.
is there like a lot of room in like looking all the way around inside of it.
It's a fucking no wake zone, bro.
I'm thinking if we fall over backwards, you're gonna smack your head into that bronze like backing of this helmet thing. No, I've got one of those airline like neck pillows that you have to pay like $30 for. Neck pillow?
Oh, those are so comfy.
I just have an old towel in here. Oh, that's gross.
Oh, that's got to stink after a while.
It's clean.
All right, here we go.
So we got the helmets. Yeah.
You look great.
We got the suits.
You look even better.
We are 4 grown men in a wobbly canoe.
What could go wrong?
That's very true. What provides air to these helmets? I would like to know that as well. Is there some type of compressor or like a hose?
Don't worry about it.
Well, I mean, I have regulators, of course.
Regulators.
Total regulators and pressurizers, and you're fine. You'll be fine.
Yeah, you put it in.
Look at all the hoses. How could there be a problem with all these hoses? Would we mess around with some?
They're just connected back into the helmet, though. They're not connected to anything else. Like, is there supposed to be enough air in this?
Just
like a really long snorkel?
Oh, take a breath in. Now hold up your hand to your mouth. Take a breath out. You feel that? Take a breath out.
No, I've got a helmet on.
Check it out. You guys have...
I saw a biz.
No, you guys have a valve on the top of your helmet. I'm going to connect a hose. Main Daddy's just having a lark. I don't know why. It was stupid. But that's what...
Hey.
He's having a lark, okay?
Okay.
No one's going to drown.
Leave my larks alone.
Imagine like you're like a king snork.
Well, I'll tell you one thing that's not as cool as snorks. Is the fact that if you go under there, you might see more than just a giant squid. You could see some humanoids, possibly.
What do you mean?
Didn't you guys know that in a lot of like lakes and oceans, but a lot of deep lakes, there are maybe alien humanoids?
The towel in here is actually kind of damp. It's grossing me out.
Oh, you like it, don't you?
Neck pillow.
All right, now.
My head's gonna clang around in this thing.
We often wonder if we are alone in the universe. We consider the fact that maybe we aren't the only intelligent life in the cosmos, but maybe, just maybe, we aren't the only intelligent beings on Earth itself.
Like crows.
Dolphins. They're very smart. There's a lot of evidence to suggest that maybe there's intelligent humanoid life in our seas or even our deepest lakes. For hundreds of years, there have been reports of mermaids, Atlanteans, and possibly even underwater aliens. One such case took place in the summer of 2002 in the Black Sea. 3 divers were exploring a deep crater-like depression that they discovered in the lake. As they got closer, they noticed a cube-like structure covered in seaweed and shellfish. They had approached it and began to attempt to clear away the debris. As they did, a voice boomed out and reverberated throughout the water. It said, "Don't do that. Don't do that." Over and over.
Whoa.
Then, the scenery around them began to change. The water began to shimmer, and a Greek-looking ruin began to materialize in front of them, complete with classic-style columns.
Wait, why would a ruin materialize out of nowhere? Couldn't it just be like something that's in perfect form?
That's true.
That seems really
why would
kind
you
of
like conceal your ruinous civilization behind this cool like magic? And
Well,
not
maybe
just
they
save
were
your
embarrassed
civilization?
because it was ruined. It's like, oh,
Why
you want
didn't
to
they
see
use
it's all
the
ruined?
cool magic to like save their
repair
civilization?
it, maybe.
It's
Or
just
put
an
some fresh
illusion,
paint
man.
on it.
That is an extremely critical thinking point of view to take.
Because that's where they're hiding all of their treasure.
Okay.
So why would you do
subterfuge.
that? Right.
All right, fair enough.
Sort of a reverse psychology. Treasure surely isn't behind these
But
ruins.
yeah, exactly. These ruins that magically appeared in the middle of the ocean, like nothing special about this. Better move on.
It's like having a junk car with a $2,000 stereo. You know, no one's going to go for the stereo when it looks like crap on the outside. But then, 2 figures appeared in the ruins, both about 2.5 meters tall, and just hovering there without any diving suits or breathing apparatus. They appeared to be studying the ruin using a disc-shaped device. The divers fled to the surface that was once calm, but now was rolling and dotted with a mysterious green light. They left the area. No one was ever able to corroborate what they saw that day. But something more ominous lurks beneath the surface of the deepest lakes of Russia. One such lake is Lake Issyk-Kul.
Oh, I was about to say Lake Baikal, which is the deepest lake in the entire world, right?
Really?
It's the oldest and I think deepest lake.
How deep?
Like I think 4,000 feet.
That comes up later. That actually comes up later, Baikal.
Points.
So, there you go. So, Issyk-Kul, located in the northern Tan Shan Mountains. Its name means warm lake, since it never freezes, even though it's surrounded by icy mountains.
Oh, shit.
In the 1930s, a team was discovering a newly discovered cave in the lake. There they found 3 humanoid skeletons, each over 10 feet tall.
What?
Wow, Jesus Christ.
Around their necks, they had silver amulets that had a bat-like shape. There had been several reports in the area of bat-shaped UFOs as well.
So this might have been even like a precursor to an ancient religion.
Or ancient astronauts sort of thing.
Was this, is this like Siberia area? Where in Russia is this?
Russia's like half the globe.
Very large.
Right?
Yeah.
Could be anywhere.
Up in the cold part.
So
That's also most of it. Most of it.
Up in the cold part of Russia. Later, a fragment of the silver was examined, and its exact age or place of origin could not be determined. Finding the bodies was scary enough, but to encounter them alive is another matter.
What?
In 1982, during a training exercise at Lake...
Oh, 1982, which was when
1982.
Felix Fritz just came... Oh, my God.
Yes, that's what we should be
happening?
worried about. So in Lake 1982, during a training exercise in the lake...
By call?
Russian frogmen, we were discussing frogmen earlier, encountered a group of these creatures.
Just hanging out. You know, like they do.
Chilling, doing what they do.
At the mall.
lamping.
Now, once again, cold lamping.
Hot topic.
Once again, they were at least 10 feet tall and had no scuba gear, despite being at a depth of over 150 feet.
Crushing pressure.
Yeah, that'll take out anyone without gear. The frogmen reported what they saw to their superiors. Naturally, the military wanted to catch one or all of the creatures and sent a group of 7 divers to the area. According to eyewitnesses, the divers came in contact with one of the creatures and attempted to pull a net over it. And then, the entire team was propelled out of the deep water to the surface by a powerful force.
Exactly.
Whoa.
There are some reports that the men were even shot 30 to 50 feet in the air.
Out of the water.
Out of the water.
That's crazy.
After being at 150 feet.
Whoop.
And
This
that's
is-
not good.
Your commanding officer says, "All right, boys, here's the mission. 10-foot tall humanoid men underwater, no diving apparatus, and they're just chilling down there." All right, okay.
What do they do? They're just
Okay.
chill. Don't
Go
ask
get
those
'em.
questions.
Right, exactly. And you're gung ho, and you're like, "All right, Captain, what do we got? What's our
What do we
armament?"
do? They're like,
We got these nets.
Right?
Right, no. Everybody's got a net, and you each get one.
Word.
So
You
don't
guys are
fuck it up.
You guys are like 6 feet tall at best.
That's crazy.
So yeah, what was the, like, yeah, to me that seems like the probability of that mission being a success seems pretty low.
Also, from an atmosphere of, let's say, negative 150 feet, right?
Okay.
Below
Right.
sea level, if they were then propelled upwards of, you said 50 to 70 feet?
30 to 50.
30-50.
30 to 50, that's, what, like seven or 6 atmospheres. So if they were using nitrogen air in a scuba gear, which is what the self-contained underwater breathable
breathing apparatus.
that would give you the bends. So that would immediately kill you. So
Pretty much.
if they were not using any kind of nitrogenized air, then it still would be okay, right?
yes, and
Well-
for those not in the know, what is the bends?
The bends is when there is an increase in
Nitrogen.
Nitrogen bubbles.
nitrogen bubbles in the actual capillaries
Yeah.
of the lungs.
The entire body.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did not know that. So the entire circulatory system.
Now-
I just know it's bad.
Oh, it's,
And you have to wait.
it'll cripple you, kill you.
Kill you.
Yeah, in lots of bad ways.
And every atmosphere is 30 feet. That is absolutely ridiculous.
Because you went fucking with the underwater 10-foot tall hominid men with your net.
With Batman gear.
Right, exactly. They were like potentially Batman.
Like Wu-Tang the hell out of that.
Now, as we were just saying, the human body was not equipped to deal with such decompression, and they are all in danger of getting the bends, and so they're rushed to a decompression chamber. It was built for only 2 people, though, and they shoved them all in there.
had double
Like a-
up.
How many guys
And,
again?
7.
Oh.
Like an iron lung?
Basically. And so it was just a small
Compress
room,
yourselves all
and they
into the
just
decompression
they kept
chamber.
on trying to put him in, shove him in. It didn't work. Sadly, 4 perished, and the rest became invalids.
Oh my
Jeez.
God.
It wasn't a good time for anybody.
Immediate brain damage.
Yeah. Now, because of this encounter, Major General V. Demyanko, the commander of the USSR Military Diver Service, was flown to the lake, showing that the government was taking notice. So the government actually was a part of this. And he told local officers that they should stop all attempts at capturing the sea creatures. So this is proof that an admission that there are humanoids in the depths of Russian lakes. Is it? Is it? Possibly. More retired military officers have come out saying similar encounters. So all I know is one thing is that there's some scary shit living in lakes, and you guys should be careful. But on a different point, I think you guys should totally do this because I'm not.
That would be great if you guys just go down there and just do you, be brave, okay?
Have fun with it.
Okay. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Come on, man. Where's that Nick Spry enthusiasm?
Well,
I just want you to bring it.
You know, I've talked to a therapist lately. Things are more in perspective. I'm just feeling a little more grounded. And
That's great. Good to hear.
I'm just gonna say that
Here you go.
Kick him in the water,
Nick
Fritz.
Spry, get over here.
Yeah.
Just go ahead and put your feet over the edge of the boat.
Okay.
He just totally pushed it in there. That's awesome.
Kaz, come with me.
Sure. Okay.
All right, Nick Spry, can you hear us?
Yeah, I hear you, Fritz. What's going on?
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, Kaz, go ahead and also get on the edge of the boat.
No. I'll just jump in and save my dignity.
Oh, where's the fun in that?
Yeah, fuck you.
All right, let's take a little break, okay? Nick Spry, can you hear us?
Yeah, what are you guys talking about? Did somebody disrespect me inadvertently?
Kaz?
Can you hear us?
Yeah, did you guys get that line off about Nick Spry?
Yeah, it was a good one. It was good.
I didn't hear it, I'm sorry. You're listening to Fort Fritz. Welcome back to Fort Fritz. I am Fritz, joined by First Mate Man Daddy.
Yar.
Okay, so here's the thing. We got Kaz and we got Nick Spry in the Restrepum Bay area.
In the briny deep.
And Nick Spry is over here to the southeast. And we got Kaz over here in the northwest. Restrepum Bay is huge. A matter of, probably 2 nautical miles separate them.
Yar.
This is a large selection of water. What are you doing over there?
It be fast, I tell you, matey.
What are you doing with the knife?
Oh, I'm just carving up me whittlings.
Yeah, but it's weird. I mean, do you have to do that now?
Why, yes, I do.
Okay, well, anyway, we've got ropes and gadgets connecting all of them. Long cables.
You're the longest cables you ever seen.
Nick Spry, can you copy?
Hey, Fritz, you there?
Oh, yeah, you sound crystal clear. Kaz, do you copy?
Copy.
Awesome, perfect. Can you guys hear one another?
Yeah, I hear. Hey, okay, how's it going?
Perfect. All right, okay,
Yeah,
Kaz is coughing
everybody's all
underwater.
connected now.
I stuck something into my suit.
Okay, Kaz, go ahead and explain what you see right now. Where are you, and what are you feeling? Is it, how's everything? Everything good?
I mean, there's a lot of murky water. It's, what I'm seeing to be sort of just a barren lake bed. In fact, eerily barren, I would say. There isn't a rock or a plant or a fucking dead anything. There's just this squishy mud. Really? Kicking up clouds of squishy mud.
Is it
As
silt?
I walk
Is
through
it
the
silt?
squishy mud.
Is it like brownish, greenish, like algae, or is
Kind
it
of everything
like,
is just soupy. Yeah, soupy down here.
Nick Spry, what are you seeing?
I think I've got like the exact opposite over here. I've got these huge, beautiful fronds. They're all like these kind of like iridescent colors.
Really?
There's like blues and greens and oranges. It's wild. There's like this.
It sounds like
amazing plants. They're like got like finger things. They're grabbing stuff out of the water. Everything's really jamming down here.
Wow, you sound very happy.
It's so relaxing. I don't think I've ever had such a just a moment of peace in a very long time.
I'm having a.
Man, Danny, okay, come on. You keep throwing anvils at me. Stop it.
You got to learn the ways of the sea, matey.
Kaz, what were you saying? I'm so sorry. Okay, all right, easy. Stop it.
Catch one and you'll be a man.
Okay. No, that was my shoulder. Stop. Please stop throwing
Now
things
you're
at me.
learning.
Okay. Okay. All right.
There you go.
Jesus Christ.
You feel
Stop
it, don't you?
Guys, I've got something here. I'm going a little bit further in, and I see like what appears to be these floating.
Nick Spry, you are in the southeast of the lake. Okay, I'm picking up on the radar. Swiveling now. Swiveling the canoe.
All right, there's something down here. They're like these glowing sort of like. They look like boxes, like little treasure chests. I feel kind of like Mario and Luigi. Like if I could jump up, but I can't.
Underneath them.
Swimming tank outfit weighs a ton. I don't think I can jump up and knock one, but they look kind of like some sort of kitschy home furnishing / Mario treasure chest.
Really?
Do you see any magic mushrooms? Are there any magic mushrooms going around, or any Koopas or Koopa Troopers?
You did mention plants.
Yeah, let me, actually, I'm gonna pull out one of these iridescent plants. Let me just pull it out by the roots.
Hold on, pumping more oxygen. Yeah, there we go.
Keep it going,
Okay, I got it.
What do you see?
I'm gonna whack this box with it. I'm gonna give it a good old whack. It's empty.
Oh,
There's nothing in the box.
No, there's nothing in it.
Such a luck.
I mean, that's really kind of. Sorry for the build-up. That was really
It's a
disappointing.
good build-up, though. I appreciated the ride.
It's interesting that you're having such a moment of peace over there with such frenetic surroundings, because I'm
a regular Robinson Crusoe, but underwater.
Nice. Good reference.
Hey, he's at least found something.
Hang on.
What's going on?
Kaz, do you copy? Kaz?
Is everything okay, Kaz?
No.
Kaz, do you copy?
Kazzy, are you okay? Are you okay, Kazzy?
Man, Daddy, can you get the antenna up a little? I'm so sorry. Just climb up to the mizzen mast.
Guys,
Get it up a little.
I raise up the antenna on the mast and sway on the wazen void!
Kaz, do you copy?
Who's he yelling to?
Oh my God.
Myself!
A mountain!
Oh,
A goddamn mountain down here, underneath the water. A mountain.
What?
Yeah, a mountain.
okay.
Mountain's moving! Mountain's moving! Oh,
That's
Jesus
not
Christ.
good.
There's a mountain moving underwater. What do you mean?
Guys, what's he saying? He's cutting in and out. I can't really make him out what he's saying.
Nick Spry, Kaz just said there's a mountain moving underwater. Do you copy?
Holy shit! Guys! Oh! Wait a minute! Oh my God! There's something just brushed up against me.
What is it?
Oh, I feel like my toes are tickling. There's something very large right beneath.
Nick Spry,
Yes.
can you take a photo for me?
Okay. Do I have pockets?
No,
Like,
no, you didn't bring
camera
it.
hooked on the...
You didn't bring a camera
I
with
mean,
you.
I have to reach into my
God
pocket,
damn it.
but I
Can
want
you
to
draw
damn it,
us a
Nick.
picture? Can you give us a really good description? How about you?
There's no body cam on this thing?
No. Look at the thing. It's from the 19 whatevers.
Alright. Guys,
Man, Daddy, can...
It's gone.
We're trying to be quiet, matey.
It was right.
guys, stop!
There's a mountain right in
Stop
front of me.
talking! It's still going! I can feel it! God,
What do you feel?
Guys, there's a huge body right underneath me.
Are you standing
my
on
toes
it?
are yes, my feet, my toes are drying off the back of whatever this thing is. Guys,
you're probably gonna die.
It's freezing. It's starting to freeze. Guys,
Fritz, it moved away from wherever I am.
Get up!
Get out! Abandoned mission, mateys! Abandoned mission!
Man, Daddy's forcing both of them over.
Hoist the bodies onto the boat! Hoist the dead bodies onto the boat! I feel so bad! I feel so bad for the loss of today!
Mayday, we're not dead.
We lost 2 good souls today!
Mayday.
Come on! Let me get you out of here, Kaz! Come on! Onto the boat! Oh, he looks so bad! I can't stand seeing him like this!
I look fine.
Hand me the bat! I've just got to do this! I feel so bad for you, Kaz! And I feel so bad! No more pain for you, Cassie! Nothing but sweet dreams for you, Cassie boy! Oh, I can't stand it!
Stop!
Sleep!
Stop! I'm fine. I'm in the thing. I'm in the suit. You're not gonna be able to kill me. It's brass. It just hurts and it's loud.
I tried, man.
Dude, what the hell?
Have you seen what you look like in that thing?
Yes, I've seen what I look like. It's terrible.
Nick Spry, get over here. Oh my goodness.
Gosh, I was so scared.
I know you must have seen a nightmare.
Aww.
Oh my god.
Is that hot milk? Did you make me a hot milk? Is there honey in that?
Yeah, we got some green tea for you
Are there
right now.
fucking-
Is he
Oh,
giving him a
that's-
back rub?
Oh, God,
That's
that
how
feels
you
so
bring
good.
a man out of the murky
I'm so
depths.
relaxed.
Here's a bit of honey.
Is this
Onto your
Epsom
canoe.
sauce for
I've
my
got the bat
footsies?
right here, Fritz. Use the bat. Use the bat, Fritz. He's got the helmet off. Use the
no,
bat.
guys. He's doing a little paraffin wax on my heels. Look at that. They're so smooth
On your heels
now.
if you're lucky.
Yeah.
Vapor rub right on your chest.
Oh, that is luxurious. That really is.
Don't. Hey, relax.
It's like
Stop.
a freaking spa treatment over here.
Nick, no. Come on, relax.
No. Wait.
Come on.
Before I nod off, because I am very relaxed. That lavender rub on my shoulders.
Just a
I tell you
dab of
what.
the oil.
Just
I saw.
enough.
Tell you
Just
what.
enough.
Just a dab.
It's like potent. You got to be careful with that.
Right.
You got magic
It's
fingers.
scary stuff.
Okay, but regardless, guys. So this is important. There's something down there. Kaz felt it
there's
first,
something.
then I felt it.
I
At the
saw it.
same time. It was the same thing. I'm pretty sure, guys.
Wait a
have
minute.
you?
What did you see, Kaz?
It's a goddamn mountain under that lake.
And what did you see, Nick Spry?
I couldn't even tell you
It
how
was
big
a
it was.
moving mountain.
Yes, it was a moving number.
And then it disappeared. I think it went to go get you. Was that PF?
Could have been Putrid Fear.
Guys, have you ever heard of the Leviathan?
No, I'm not religious at all.
It's all Greek to you.
So the Leviathan, it's often cited in conjunction with the land monster, the behemoth, which was representative of Earth, and the air monster, Ziz. That's Z-I-Z.
Ziz.
So this is a ancient creature. It plays into its sort of representation also in the Satanic Bible, and that was published in 1969 by Anton LaVey. It was emblematic of the water element and the direction of the west.
Is that the same thing as a hippopotamus? It's a behemoth?
Was often mistaken in modern times as, or misinterpreted as a hippopotamus, often as a crocodile as well.
Yeah. Like a mini behemoth.
Right.
Yeah, a mini behemoth.
Little tiny behemoth.
Like a minibus.
Yeah, little cat bus. The book, the Satanic Bible, the book also names the Leviathan as one of the 4 crown princes of hell. It's almost ironic, its association with the water element. Usually this symbolizes something of life and creation in Satanism, and it's in stark contrast with its reputation in history as perhaps one of the greatest destructive forces in all of nature, so much so that it threatens the very existence of the state of the world.
So this is a water or land deity?
So this is a water deity.
Okay, that makes sense.
It's a water element. It's often, sources would regard it as one of the 7 princes of hell as well. And each of these was representative of the 7 deadly sins. Specifically with the Leviathan, it was in association with the envy sin.
I love how delightfully, like, Pokemon Christianity gets, like, at a certain point, where they're just like, the saint of, like doing cool shit at night on a Tuesday.
Right. Like, end of days, definitely, yeah.
Saint Assisi's, I choose you.
Right, exactly. Anyway, go ahead, sorry.
No, it's very true, though. Like, very early Bible, very late Bible. Things get a little bit weird. It's like when you're waking up and you're falling asleep, things get a little wonky.
Right.
So, what exactly is the Leviathan? It is not a cryptid. This is very, very important. It has more resemblance to a demigod or an old demon or a creature beyond human comprehension.
So it's unfathomable.
Yes, something almost akin to that of H.P. Lovecraft's creatures, these ancient ones or the old ones. The term, the name itself, it has roots in Ugaritic.
You convinced me.
The Chronicles of Ugaritic.
Ugaritic.
Is that like Sanskrit?
No, this is
like
sort of
Sanskrit?
Northwestern Proto-Semitic languages. So think Middle East, think North Africa, and the depiction of the creature as well as the root stems directly from their legends of the creature Lotan. The etymology of the name is a root and a suffix, and it translates roughly to twine, to join, and also wreathed, twisted in folds, or one that would fold in upon itself, respectively.
Was
like
it the
folding dimension?
Ouroboros?
Ouroboros, the snake that eats its own tail?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So,
damn.
Well played. Points.
Ouroboros,
Wow.
perhaps that's how it's pronounced. But yes, typically it was thought to dwell in the Mediterranean Sea and the waters of North Africa. So there are many legends in ancient religions where the creature with its appearances has varying conflicts with deities, and the defeats at the hands of, say, Hadad in the Baal cycle, or at the defeat of Yahweh himself in the Proto-Semitic cultures.
Got him.
Yahweh.
So this goes from Pokemon to WWE at this point.
The Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
Right.
Yahweh was never spelt. It was always YHWH, correct?
YAHWEH is sometimes acceptable. There was never ever
never
agreed
spelt out,
upon
no.
spelling. Yes, it's very hard to pin down. And this
Yahweh,
was
my
actually originally a thunder and rain god, and then became also the Proto-Christian god Yahweh, where it was the creator of the universe, as
Also,
opposed to one of many.
It also goes back to you should never know the true name of
The
God.
true name of God, correct. But the depiction of the Leviathan is definitely agreed upon that it was some sort of sea serpent of an incredible destructive force and an unfathomable points size. So
Everybody points at each other.
Yeah.
Points for everybody.
it is so large, in fact, that, quote, no single eyewitness can describe the beast from head to tail, end quote. Yohanan Bar Napacha describes the beast's size in this quote: once we went in a ship and saw a fish which put its head out of the water. He had horns upon which was written, I am one of the meanest creatures that inhabit the sea. I am 300 miles in length, and entered this day into the jaws of the Leviathan.
And that's what the horn said?
No, that inscribed upon the horns of the creature was that quote.
That's insane.
He's branded with his own
goes back to branding.
stats.
You know, he's got a PR firm. He pays them very well, so they better do their damn job.
That's great.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm. So other physical attributes, they almost make the beast out to be a dragon of sorts. It boasts the ability to spew forth a fire or heat so great from its belly and out of its mouth that the sea itself would boil. About its body, just by being near it, would cause the sea to boil.
Sucks to be near
So
him.
lowland boil, like a
roiling
Some
sort of
corn, potatoes.
what you want to make a proper
good.
ramen.
like some okra or something.
Yeah.
The Leviathan possess a rank odor as well, in the extreme, so foul and strong that, quote, if he would put his head into paradise, no living creature could endure the odor of him, end quote.
Fauligangst.
Putrid
fear.
So essentially, the scent is a poison that slays all whom come into contact with it. The serpent also has scales in double rows across the entirety of its body. They are layered, and each is stronger than the next, and they are larger than the shield of any man. They line its belly with the sharp edges of broken pottery or glass.
Interesting.
Why? Just to be dicks?
Just to be dicks, just to break it up, just to fuck shit up.
Right.
So, its eyes as well, they possess this brilliant light, that of the breaking dawn, and its fins shine with a fluorescence all of their own, and they leave a path of light in its wake.
This thing is insane.
This is beautiful, too.
So,
right?
Terrifying.
It's almost like what... It's a terrifying giant dragon, sea
300
dragon.
miles of it.
Yeah.
A testament to actually the very terrifying nature and power of the Leviathan comes from the old Hebrew myths. So the legend goes that originally there were two Leviathan created by God. There was a male and a female, but he somehow became aware of the fact because they were so badass that if they were to breed, if they were to mate and have offspring, the offspring would then devour the world.
Ooh.
Yeah, it would be bigger than them, right?
Yes, so he ended up slaying the female and taking the meat from her, and it's later foretold that in the end of days, it would be one of three creatures that's meat would be part of a feast for those who survive to make it to paradise.
So this stuff can really keep.
Keep.
Shelf stable as a mother.
It's actually noted in some sites that it's salt cured, and that's why it keeps. Just pack it in some salt, it's good.
Ocean salty. It's god meat. Like, you're gonna be good.
Delicious god meat.
Right? Yeah.
That shit's succulent.
Then from the skin of the Leviathan, he created garments for Adam and Eve that were
They
known
could have
as...
crisped it up, and it'd be really delicious. You know,
yeah,
like
it's
under
too
the
tough.
broiler for a little bit.
It's too tough for that.
Under the broiler for a couple of 100 years.
Taking the cheeks out, which were each like at least 2 miles long. So the female was slayed, and the male, he was fixed, quote unquote, and then left alive.
Snake?
Well, they give him the old snip.
You just chop off like the
put a
down
zipper.
there, like last sixth of it. Like, yeah, that's probably it.
Is it dead? No, okay, good. We're good.
Is this where the BH starts? There you go. You're done.
Next week on Sea Snake Vasectomy. The Leviathan also appears several times, approximately 6 times, in the Bible. And that's including in the books of Job, Isaiah, and Psalms. It's portrayed sort of as a multi-headed sea serpent, almost akin to that of the Hydra from, was that Greek mythology?
Hercules?
Yes.
Leaning Hydron.
Tiamat in Dungeons and Dragons.
Tiamat is also makes reference to all other ancient religions that the Lotan myth plays into.
Also the Scylla from Greek myth.
Correct. Was it Scylla and Charybdis?
Charybdis. Charybdis.
In modern days, we see the appearance of Leviathans or references to that as just referring to any large sea creature. This sort of happened in, say, the mid-17th century with the publishing of Hobbes's book, Leviathan, in 1651. There's also references to Leviathans and Krakens, say, other large sea creatures in Lord Alfred Tennyson's The Kraken in 1830, his epic poem. This was a term also thrown on by Melville. In fact, in reference to a whale, in modern Hebrew, the term Leviathan just means whale.
Whale, yeah, right.
Correct. So this could be also interpreted, scarily enough, as Satan himself. as sort of a metaphor for Satan, and the seas, the deeps, quote unquote, being layers of existence at the very beginning of creation,
below ground.
All right, okay, so that's all well and good, Nick, but what did you see? Is that what you saw?
I don't know what I saw, but I know that if Kaz was feeling it at the same time that I was feeling it, that thing is very, very large, and it might be one of the old ones.
Well, Kaz just said he saw a mountain move, and then he couldn't see anything. It was too murky.
It moved away from me and clearly to him, and then we were essentially ejected from the lake.
Guys, this could be big.
So you are saying something moved from the northwest to the southeast?
How big is this lake?
That would be massive. I mean, that's
what I'm saying.
At least a couple nautical miles away.
We're still in the boat, though. This is creeping me out. Maybe we should get out of the lake.
Yes.
No, come on.
No, I agree.
Well, all right. But then, I got a plan.
Ooh.
We have to explore this. Guys, this could be worth a lot of money.
How much money?
More than $5.
Ooh, that's a good deal, guys. I think we should do this.
So I have a plan. I've got my Apple Watch, and I've been looking it up while I'm still down here right now. And there is something that we should go get. There is something known as a killbit. It says that is basically a worm that clings to the gills of large fish and kills them, suffocates them. Apparently, the Leviathan is scared of it. So what we got to do, guys, is we got to go to the surface, drag me out of here, and we go get some killbits, and we'll come back, and we're going to hunt this Leviathan.
All right, turn this boat around. We're going back to land to get some sort of worm.
You got it, man, Daddy.
All right, well, I guess I guess that's the end of the episode. We hope you all really enjoyed our little sea adventure. Thank you all very much for listening to Fort Fritz. And you can always check out our minisodes. You can share it. You can check us out on Facebook. You can check us out on Twitter. So that's it. That's episode 38. Thank you very much for listening to The Fort Fritz.